Hey guys, welcome back to another pickups video, this time for the month of January of 2015. A month in which we did not see many new releases, and in fact I was only interested in one new release, which was Grim Fandango, a remake of the classic PC game for the PlayStation 4. It was a digital only release, but I decided to hold off in the event that the game will drop down in price, or maybe it'll be offered for free via PlayStation Plus in the future. So I decided to hold off my purchase, and we'll see if the game drops down in price quickly. But let's just move on to my regular pickups for the month, and I'm going to start with a PlayStation 4 title that dropped down in price very quickly, and that game is Murder Soul Suspect, published by Square Enix. And despite the poor reviews that the game has gotten, I'm interested to see what the game is all about. It's supposed to combine elements of crime investigation along with survival horror elements. So I figure, despite the bad reviews, I'm more than willing to give this game a shot, especially since it's very cheap. So this is also available for last-gen consoles such as the 360 and the PS3. So I'm not expecting to be blown away graphically or anything like that, but I'm curious to see what the game is all about, and I'm looking forward into playing this sooner than later. So Murder Soul Suspect for the PS4. Now we're gonna move from the PS4 to the PS3. I'm gonna show you guys a 2014 release that I'm very excited to have picked up. Another game that saw a price drop recently, and that game is none other than Drakengard 3. A series that I don't have much experience with. I have not played the previous two games in the Drakengard series, but I'm very excited to play this because I believe the people that created Nier are involved in this game right here. So I love Nier. It was one of the games that I beat last year, and this is supposed to be more of the same. It's somewhat of an action RPG with a very unique story and characters. So very excited to try this game out. I know a lot of people out there have nothing but good things to say about this game, so I'm very excited to play this at one point or another during this year. So I have to fix my PlayStation 3 situation though, because as some of you may know, my PS3 is not working properly at the moment. So as soon as I get that sorted out, I'm gonna definitely give Drakengard 3 a shot. Also for the PlayStation 3, another title that has been on my wish list for the longest time, and the game has been available for cheap for the longest time as well, but for some reason I did not pick the game up until now, and that game is Catherine, a game that combines, I believe, visual novel elements with puzzle solving, and it's a love or hate type of game. A lot of people out there were not very interested in the gameplay part, which is the puzzle solving, but I believe the strength of this game relies on the storyline, very unique characters, and just a very intriguing story. So if I can get through the gameplay and the puzzle solving, I think I'll be able to enjoy the story of this game, hopefully. So very excited to add this to my collection. This is a game that I've been meaning to play for the longest time, and happy to have it now in my collection. Also for the PlayStation 3, another game that was available for very cheap from Best Buy. That game is PacMan and the Ghostly Adventure, a 3D platformer that I'm excited to try it out. As you guys know, I love platformers, and despite this game received some pretty bad reviews, I'm still excited to see what the game is all about, and you know, to play with PacMan, one of the most iconic characters in video games. So I'm more than willing to give this one a shot since I got it for cheap. So pretty excited to have this in my collection and try the game out. Now we're gonna move on to a different PlayStation system to run up my PlayStation pickups, and that is none other than a PlayStation Vita game, and that game is Danganronpa, the Trigger Happy Havoc, which is the first game in the series. I'm very excited to play this. I've heard nothing but good things from people that have played this. This is a visual novel that it's supposed to be very violent and gory, and overall very entertaining, mixing elements from games like 999 and elements from the Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney series. Very excited to see what this game is all about, but before I play this, I have to go back and beat Virtue's Last Reward, which I have for the Vita as well, sitting there on my shelf. 999 is my favorite DS game of all time. So I still haven't played the sequel, which is Virtue's Last Reward. So after I do that, I'm gonna jump into a Danganronpa, and decided to pick this up because it saw a price drop on Amazon. So might as well buy it now, put it in my collection, and as soon as I'm done with Virtue's Last Reward, I think I'm gonna jump into this game. And then I still have to buy the sequel to this, which is Danganronpa. I forgot the name, the full name of it, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna like this game. So if I do, I'm definitely gonna purchase the sequel. So pretty excited to have Danganronpa in my collection now. Now we're gonna move on to the 3DS games that I picked up. Two games from a series that I'm still getting my feet wet and exploring the sequel. And that game, those games are Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor Overclocked, which is a strategy RPG. And also I picked up Shin Megami Tensei Soul Hackers. Two games that I'm pretty happy to add to my collection. I bought this one off of eBay because I had a coupon and I saw this, buy it now for very cheap. It was labeled as a brand new copy, and to my surprise the game came shrink wrapped, but it was a very shady type of shrink wrap and plastic around it. I don't think this game was new, but I did check the contents and everything seems to be immaculate. I don't know what the deal is. Somebody maybe opened this game and played it for a little bit. I don't know what the deal was, but I got it for cheap, so can't complain too much. And I know the sequel is coming out this year for the Nintendo 3DS. I like SRPGs. This is supposed to be a very tough one, so I'm more than willing to give this one a shot. And as far as Soul Hackers, I have to admit I'm not the biggest first-person dungeon crawler fan out there, but the theme of the game sounds very interesting. It deals with the internet and things like that, and this was an exclusive Sega Saturn game that was released in Japan, and I believe it has a very unique setting. And the game was available for very cheap through Best Buy, so I figured why not give this one a shot. This will be my first proper attempt at beating a Shin Megami Tensei game that it's a first-person dungeon crawler, because Shin Megami Tensei 4 is not really a first-person dungeon crawler. So very excited to try these two games out and getting more acquainted with the Shin Megami Tensei games. Another 3DS game. Not very good, but I got it for very cheap. It's a regular show based on the cartoon or TV show of the same name, and I'm not a fan of the show. I don't watch it at all, but I had a pretty good time with Adventure Time for the 3DS, so I figure I might as well pick this one up. This is a combination of a platformer that in some levels you play like a shmup section that you have to shoot enemies and things like that. Unfortunately, the game is not very good. The platforming sections are pretty boring, to be honest. There are some problems with hit detection when you jump into enemies and things like that. Very strange. This game was developed by WayForward, which is a company that I have a lot of respect. They usually do a good job developing all these old school platforming games, but for some reason they missed the they missed the goal with this one by a long shot. So kind of disappointed, but again, I only paid like $5 for this, so I'm not gonna sit down and cry in the corner. And last but not least, we have a Wii game, and that game is Batman: The Brave and the Bold. This is supposed to be a very fun title with a very unique and cartoony look to it. I'm excited to try this out. It was on sale at Walmart, out of all places. So decided to pick it up and see what the game is all about. It's supposed to be pretty fun, so I'm willing to give this one a shot. And that's it for the physical releases that I picked up. Digital games, PlayStation had a sale recently, and I picked up Ys Oath of Elgana for the PSP. That it's playable on the Vita, so I'm looking forward into trying the Ys games. I still have a long way to work as far as the Ys series. I do have Ys 1 and 2 and Origins on Steam, so I also have to get around to playing those games, but now I added Oath of Elgana to my collection. And I also purchased one of the medieval games, which is a series that has been long forgotten by Sony. It's one of their exclusive series, so I'm excited to play that game as well. And obviously the PlayStation Plus games that were available, I downloaded them all, and I did play the Swapper for the PS4. I was fooling around with it a little bit yesterday, and it seems to be a very fun side-scrolling, puzzle-solving, platformer type of game. So I'm very excited to keep playing that game. It seems to be pretty interesting. And also Infamous First Light, which is the added DLC for Infamous Second Son. It's actually a standalone DLC that can be played separately. So I'm excited to play that game because I did have a lot of fun with Second Son, and I'm excited to try out First Light to see what it's all about. And another game that was that I'm very excited to play is Duke Nukem, the Duke Nukem 3D, the Megaton Edition. It's a PS3/PS Vita downloadable game, also offered for free on PlayStation Plus. So I've been playing that game actually a little bit on the Vita, and it works great with the dual sticks and all that. So very excited to play some classic Duke Nukem action on the Vita. But that's it for now. Those were my January pickups. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Oh, I have one more thing that I wanted to show, guys. I forgot to bring it down here, but Amiibos. This guy right here, Pit. I had to buy this. I had to pay twice the amount of money because this guy was sold out everywhere, and Best Buy screwed up my pre-order. So I did have to pay a little bit more money than usual for my Pit Amiibo. But now I have all the Amiibos with the exception of Luigi, which is supposedly very easy to get. I can just walk into a store and buy it. So this guy, unfortunately Best Buy screwed up my pre-order, and I had to get it for 25 bucks off of somebody from the NeoGAF forums. A pretty decent price considering how much people are paying on eBay for this little guy right here, but a very frustrating situation, you know, trying to collect these things. But I really wanted the Pit Amiibo. I think it's very detailed, it looks great, and I was pretty bummed out when my pre-order got cancelled. So hopefully Best Buy doesn't screw up any future pre-orders for me, because I'm using them because I have a pretty good discount with them. So Pit Amiibo, I had to pay more than the asking price, but again, this is one that I really wanted to add to my collection. So that's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all next month. Take it easy.